Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jesse Colson. Welcome to our channel. We're going to be smoking the fish that we caught yesterday in our last video, the way it goes up on YouTube. So today we're going to make up a brine to get them in and probably let them soak through the night. So it's mid-afternoon right now, so they'll probably soak through the night, and then tomorrow morning we'll get them on the smoker kind of early. Get them going on the smoker, let them smoke for a couple hours, and then after they smoke, we're going to probably, at some point, we're going to can some. So once we get them smoked, that might be what we do tomorrow, or the day after, probably the day after. I'll probably let them sit in the fridge after we get done smoking them, and then get them canned up, kind of do like just a shredded trout, and we'll have some, then we'll probably freeze it, and then we'll have some, obviously we're going to eat fresh for sure. But anyway, we're going to get everything set up and we'll start making the brine that we're going to use, and then we'll get the fish and get it all covered up. So for starters, we've got two different ways we're going to do it. I'm going to do one that's going to be like a dry rub kind of deal. Let it sit with regular sugar, brown sugar, and a little bit of salt on top of it. Then it'll be put in like a baking dish or a casserole dish. And then the other one is going to be a wet brine, and it'll be in a bowl. So we're going to probably do the dry one first, and then we'll work on the wet one. That way we got room in the bowl so that we can get everything nice and stirred up. Okay, so for the dry brine, I'm going to use a bowl just to mix it up, and then we'll bed the fish once we get it all in there. But I'm probably going to use, I don't know, it's probably about a cup of brown sugar, maybe 2 cups of brown sugar. It's probably about a cup and a half, we'll call it. Cup and a half of brown sugar. I'm going to break it up, make sure it's somewhat loose, and then about 1 cup of white sugar. Hi, baby. Got my little lady over here, she's going to help me. Kind of mix that all in.
It's off.
It's not off, sweetie.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Then why is it black?
Because the screen goes to sleep, sweetheart.
Well, why isn't it hear you or see you?
Put just a little bit more white sugar in there. Another half a cup.
It's still sleeping, Daddy.
It's okay, baby. Yeah, it's pretty good. Didn't grab my salt. Let me grab my salt. Be right back. Okay, got the salt. So for salt, I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons for now and get us started. Yep, 2. You got 3 fingers up. There you go. Now you got 2. Okay. Then we're gonna do celery salt. That's why I'm not going too crazy, because there's other salts I'm gonna put in. So I'm gonna do a teaspoon of celery salt.
Daddy,
2 teaspoons of garlic.
snapping again, Daddy.
It's okay. This screen right here just shuts off, but it's still recording, okay? Next, we're gonna do some tahini. Add a little bit of spice. We do probably a teaspoon of that to start with. Once we get this all kind of stirred in, we're gonna taste it. And then we're gonna do a teaspoon of pepper. And then about a teaspoon of garlic powder. Stir that in. Getting. Oh, I don't need that, sweetie. Just do it with my hands. Best way to cook is with your hands. Get in there and stir it right up with your fingers, because then you can break up all the chunks and clumps.
Okay, Dada.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too. All right. Do a little taste here. Pretty good.
Can I taste it?
Just a second, sweetie. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more tahini. We'll do 2 more teaspoons of that one. Yep.
Daddy, it's soaking in time. It's okay. It's
Do what?
It's leaving because it's
Yep.
still recording.
Alright, we'll taste that one. There we go.
Can I taste it, Dada?
Open up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You like it? Is it good? Okay. Bailey approved. Alright. Get all the excess off my fingers. Okay, next we're gonna start by putting a small layer on the bottom.
I like it, Dada.
Yeah, it's pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Really good.
Okay. Something like that. And we've got all of our fish. This is everything that we caught yesterday between Trenton and I. Papa took his home. They're gonna use theirs to make some fried fish stuff. So I always lay it down skin side down. Then we'll put more stuff on top, more fish, more stuff. You don't necessarily want them touching, but just kind of have them spread out.
How do they feel?
It just feels like slimy fish.
Can I feel the other one?
I don't care. Put a little bit on, try to pack it in a little bit.
It's gooey.
Yeah, it's a little gooey, huh?
Yeah, too gooey.
Slimy fish.
Uh-huh. But what I like is that,
Yeah, pretty good tasting stuff, huh?
yeah, really tasty. I like the fishy
More on
caught.
top of this one.
I like the fishy caught.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This one will cover it up. It'll sit just like this overnight. Let me clean myself up real quick, and then we will start the liquid brine for the other stuff. Okay, so we're gonna start on the wet brine. I'm gonna start out with some soy sauce and just start out with 1 5-ounce bottle for right now. And then we're going to use some teriyaki sauce. Probably do roughly a 1/4 cup. Start out with a 1/4 cup for that. Take that back out of the way. I'm gonna do some liquid smoke. This one's kind of just a flavor. So 4 teaspoons of that one. And then, let's see. I'm actually gonna do another bottle of soy sauce for right now. So we got quite a bit of fish that this will have to cover, so go ahead and do 2 bottles of soy sauce. And I just fill the bottles up with water. Do equal amounts of water to the amount of soy sauce I did. For right now, we may end up having to add a little bit more as we go. Okay. Trenton's over here helping me now. So now we're gonna tahini again. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of tahini. Means that's a liquid brine, it'll leach out a little bit different flavor, or a little bit more flavor, I should say. We'll do about 1.5 teaspoons of celery salt. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of garlic salt. Teaspoon of garlic powder. And a heaping teaspoon of pepper. And grab a whisk.
Oh, and it has such a good smell.
It does smell really good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It smells even better when you're cooking it on the grill.
It smells like our jerky brine, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a clean spoon. Give this a little taste. Pretty good. Get a little bit more water.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So I'll do 2 more bottles of water. That's my measuring method. And we're gonna do, there's a little bit more teriyaki, so I'm gonna do about another 1/4, so about, figure a 1/2 cup of teriyaki. That's closer. Okay. So now,
Brown sugar clumping up.
yeah, the hole's not big enough. Still in my baking brown sugar, so. We'll do a loose. About a cup loose. We're not gonna pack that one. And then for white sugar, quarter cup. Thank you, son. Stir that till the sugar all dissolves in. We might still have to add a little bit more water, but we'll see. We've got half of that bowl worth of fish. That's really close. It's really good right there. I'll try and have a taste, see what he thinks. So, we'll grab the fish. Here's our bowl that we're going to put the fish back in. We got our, oops, knocking stuff over. So we got our fillets of fish, our brine. So I'm gonna put some of the brine in, maybe half or so, and then I'm just gonna try to layer the fish down in the brine.
This is what we always do when we get a lot of fish.
Yeah, we've never canned it, but
This will be the first
we're
time
gonna
canning it.
we're gonna try to can it this time after we smoke it. Usually we smoke it and freeze it, preserve it that way. Or we just eat it all right away. We're gonna put the rest of this over top. Should fully submerge it. Just let it around and get all that goodness out of there. Okay. So in this, we'll put a lid on it. Both of these will sit overnight. Like I said, tomorrow we will take them out. Take some of it out, at least. I don't know if we'll get all of it on the smoker at one time, but we'll be putting it on the Traeger smoker, so, or pellet grill, whatever you want to call it. So not sure that we'll be able to do it all in one batch on the smoker, but for right now, we're just gonna get it in the fridge, let it sit, and we'll see what we can get on the smoker in the morning. So we got the fish in the fridge. It'll stay in there for the night. In the morning, we'll get up and get it out, let it sit on the counter for a little while, come up to room temperature, and then we'll get it smoking. Hopefully, it'll spend a couple hours on the smoker. Guessing at least 4 to 6 hours, somewhere in there probably. But once we get it on there, get it going, we'll see kind of how it's cooking. Some of them fillets are pretty thick fillets, so they'll probably take a little while. We're gonna just smoke it pretty cold and as low as the smoker will go. So we will see you back in the morning. We'll get it on the smoker.